What movie had the worst ending that you didn't expect? Percy Jackson. Any of them. Honestly, they're completely bad. I'd rather pull out all of my teeth than watch that movie. Rick Riordan, author of PJ. I'm pretty sure he straight up asked them to stop making Percy Jackson movies. The books were so much better. Frozen. And I don't mean the Disney movie. I mean the one about the skiers stuck on the ski lift. My dad and I always joke about this movie when we go skiing, despite neither of us having seen it. We'll always warn each other of the ski wolves. My daughter was watching some YouTuber review that movie as a joke. I was amazed that the movie actually existed. The acting is hilarious. Hancock started out really interesting, but the second half seemed completely random and separated from the first. Apparently, it was 3 scripts and directors jammed together. Oh my god, I remember being so hyped for this movie, and watched it at a time in my life I was super into superheroes and stuff. And I remember feeling so disappointed by the end. Bridge to Terabithia thought it was going to be a fantasy film, then discovered just their imaginations. Then the ending happened. I heard parents were pissed because they took their kids to see a light-hearted movie. The book destroyed me as a kid. I think part of it was that the trailers were very misleading and made it seem all about Terabithia and their imagination. I even remember watching a trailer as a kid and it showed them running from and fighting creatures and the voiceover guy saying, "Now, it's up to them to save the world they created." I was about 9 years old when this movie came out and my uncle took me and my cousin to see it. We were excited for the action but confused by the overall tone of it because of the trailers. Still, it was a very touching and wonderful movie. Maze Runner, The Scorch Trials. Spoilers obvi. When Teresa betrayed Thomas at the end I felt so bad for him. It's all fine at the end though. Still hurt me from the inside. I honestly hated Teresa throughout the entirety of the second and third book. Her death didn't make me sad at all. Don't even get me started on the books. The first one follows the storyline quite well. The second one is completely different. I mean, it's a fully different plot. It drives me mad. But yeah, fuck Teresa. Deathly Hallows Part 2. MF really broke the Elder Wand in half and got away with it. Also, when he's on his way to the duel, he's not even wearing the invisibility cloak. It's not called Harry Potter and some of the Deathly Hallows. Without fixing his own wand. That Wolverine movie where they cut his claws off at the end. Or that Wolverine movie where they have shitty no-mouth Deadpool at the end. For anyone wondering, Wolverine movie where they cut his claws off at the end, the Wolverine, or that Wolverine movie where they have shitty no-mouth Deadpool at the end. X-Men Origins, Wolverine. They redeemed themselves with Logan and Deadpool at least. The Dark Phoenix. I was so stoked about the story and then the end. What stupid shit is that? I was literally fuming about that ending for days. Full disclosure, I have not read the comic, so I suppose it's my fault. The worst part is that there's always a really cool idea somewhere in the bad X-Men movies that I want more of instead of what we got. Dark Phoenix, give me more of Magento's secluded mutant colony. Origins, I want a whole movie of just the opening credits where Wolverine and Sabretooth fight through walls side by side. I have enjoyed every X-Men movie. Yes, even the ones everyone hates. I'm generally really easy to please when it comes to movies. But Dark Phoenix was so bad that I can't even remember how it ended. Gore Verbinski is a cure for wellness. I remember when the trailers hit, super minimalist, clearly going for subtle horror, and the great, body horror idea, of a treatment center where people aren't sure what this cure actually is. Then it just turns into this over-the-top story about a count wanting to fuck his daughter and they have a big action movie ending where they have to fight the count. Eragon. Well, honestly, I didn't quite expect the whole movie to suck so much. Worst film adaptation ever. Law-abiding citizen. It was a solid movie and it fell flat when Jamie Foxx's character still won, despite the while movie showing that he was a part of the corrupt system. I recall reading was that the original ending was that Fox was supposed to be arrested, but he changed it and got an ending that made it seem that being a part of the corrupt system is okay. Yeah, fuck Jamie Foxx for asking to change the ending. This movie would have been a 10/10 if Gerard Butler got away. Man in the High Castle. Whole entire series was solid, season 4 a little less but still great, and then a bunch of people from different dimensions just happily stroll through a tunnel into a room with a swastika the size of Texas hanging on the wall and pretend not to notice it. Was just silly. Season 4's first half was great. Once Smith took over America it all went downhill. The Japanese retreat from America because a few buildings in San Francisco blew up. Then the resistance managed to blow up a monorail carrying some of the top officials of the Reich. Why the fuck was there no security? Smith then kills himself and the Reich has a coup or something. It was also rushed. Lucy. Me and my family were so pissed off by that movie. Scarlett Johansson gets awesome superpowers after being made a drug mule by the same people that violently murdered her boyfriend. Gets revenge, helps some scientists, is about to smash a hot cop, turns into organic computer data on a flash drive. Awesome action sequences and concepts throughout this movie and it end like, cop, storms into room. Where is she? Where is Lucy? Text message on his crappy phone. Everywhere cut to black. The best way to watch Lucy is to watch the low-budget cheeseball horror comedy Frankenhooker first. It's as though Scarlett Johansson watched that movie, saw what the title character was doing, and thought, maybe that's what I should do with my character. I just assumed she finally transcended time and space, and left the flash drive behind as a token. Not that she literally turned into a flash drive. With that said, I'm not really sure why the whole movie still felt underwhelming. My Girl. Not quite the ending, but I think you all know the part I mean. His glasses. He can't see without his glasses. My Sister's Keeper. Changed from the original ending in the book and totally ruined the movie for me. I haven't read the book. Was the original ending something like just after she won emancipation, she died in a car crash so her parents farmed her body parts anyway? Buried. Call me silly, but I genuinely thought he was going to be rescued. I was really sad for him when I realized that was the end for him. Scarier than any horror movie I've ever seen. The first and only time I watched this goddamned movie was on my deployment in Afghanistan. It became my #1 most terrifying way of dying ever and fucked me up for a bit. I Am Legend. The book ending was so much better. Spoilers below. The main character spends his days finding and spiking as many vampires as he can find. They cannot move during the day, so it's easy hunting for him. He's lonely and eventually a girl comes along and she stays with him. Then the vampires catch him. But they don't eat him, they take him to their town. He overhears them talking about him and realizes that he was wrong. Not all vampires are mindless killing machines, but a large number of them can think and feel. He realizes that society has moved on, they have a town, rules, hopes, dreams and fears. He has become to them what he feared the most. He hunted them during the day when they were helpless and afraid. He was the story they talked about in whispers. He is a creature of the old world. He is legend. There is an alternate ending where Will Smith survives and the zombies are smart and the lead one just wants his girlfriend zombie back. It's on the DVD. When I was a child, I loved The Fox and the Hound. But I always skipped the ending because they let Todd go. Why? That movie ends after he goes, I'm a hound dog, roo you. At least I haven't seen past that part in around 30 years. In the book they both chase each other to exhaustion, so in that version you got the ending you were looking for. Hope that helps. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. The whole movie was pretty bad. Knowing It started out great, looked amazing, so much potential, but the ending is just absolutely terrible. I hated that ending with burning passion. Alien angels, you saved a bunch of children but not a single adult. That's pointless. Utterly pointless. Humanity is more than its genes, it's the culture and all the lessons we learned along the way. Now you have a planet populated with children. Your message of innocence is bullshit. Have you ever read Lord of the Flies? Do you think any one of those you saved can even spell ethics? I give them 3 years before breaking up into cannibalistic murdering tribes. Love that movie. The ending is weird but also kind of refreshing in my opinion. Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.